Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is a what's on the wall video, this little series that I do where every 2 to 3 weeks or so, I swap out the albums that I have up on the wall just to kind of take advantage of artwork and enjoy my collection in another way. And I usually pick a random topic or subject. And this past 2 or 3 weeks, the topic that I picked, actually, I pulled this up, or pulled this out, I should say, was Hipgnosis album covers. For those that aren't familiar with that, I mean, they were basically kind of a company that really made some of the most iconic album covers that we all kind of know about. I think they kind of got the wind behind their wings when Pink Floyd was kind of really using them and endorsing them, and they became just like one of the largest places that people went to have their album covers done. So this is a really cool book that has every single one of every single cover that they did. And again, just tons of, for those that don't know, tons of classic covers that I'm sure you know, and just maybe if you didn't know about the Hipgnosis thing. So as I kind of go around, I'll show them to you here really quick. Two things I'll say about them is, and you'll kind of maybe notice this as I go around, at least with the ones that I pulled out, because there's hundreds and hundreds more that I don't have or don't have them put up. Is like, number one, it seems like there's two kind of characteristics that I notice with them, especially when they have people on the covers. Even if all the people are engaged in the same activity, they never seem to actually be engaged with it with each other. It's like, it's almost like they were individuals that were pasted together to make a scene, and it never seems to be a cohesive scene. That's kind of something in their style that I seem to notice. The second thing too is that oftentimes their facial expressions and stuff of that nature don't match the actual scene or event that they're in. That just seems to be a style of a lot of the Hipgnosis covers. And there's also a great documentary. I don't know if it's on Hulu or you just kind of have to go look it up, but it's a great documentary about it that I highly recommend going and watching. It's so much fun to kind of see just where they came from and how big they got. But yeah, I just kind of go through and just share with you a few of the covers here. I mean, a lot of these albums you'll know, of course, like with Sabbath, Gabriel, Pink Floyd, Genesis. They did the Styx and Zeppelin cover there. And, that's kind of a very well known with the Scorpions, Animal Magnetism, as well as that Def Leppard, High and Dry. And again, it's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have the dog and you have the girl looking up at the guy right there, but it's like you could pull any one of them out of the scene, and it's not like one is actually being affected by the other. Like they're completely separate worlds. Again, just kind of something that I tend to notice with some of their covers. The Ecstasy cover there, more Pink Floyd, Genesis, Alan Parsons, and they did the Gabriel colors, and of course that legendary T-Rex. Al Stewart, and again, more Pink Floyd. This Wings is an interesting one too, because they talk about this one in the documentary, and they kind of talked about just how crazy it had gotten, just kind of when people get way too big for their britches, as like your grandparents maybe used to say. Because they talked about when they shot this, how they took this helicopter or whatever, and they flew up to the top of this mountain and put this statue up there and took this photo. And it cost like, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars when renting the helicopter and all of that stuff. And the statue is only like a foot or two tall. Like, it's a tiny statue. And when he's talking in the documentary, he's like, that's what we were doing. We were doing stupid stuff like that when we could have just shot this on a sound stage for a few $100s and created some fake snow and a fake sky background and shot this little 1-foot statue. But instead they're flying it up to the top of a mountain and with a helicopter. But like most things, when you get too big and your head gets too bloated, you just kind of go down certain paths. But Alan Parsons, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Little Pretty Things there. Again, another classic, Scorpions. And again, this kind of goes back to what I'm saying, where you look at like their facial expressions and, not really connected to what each other is doing. And there's just this weird disconnect that they put in their album covers. Sometimes it brings a feeling. Floyd, And that's the Nice. And again, they flew out to the desert and set all those balls up and, you know, took that shot. Of course, that classic Led Zeppelin. And I was even surprised with this Hot Chocolate was one that I wasn't aware of. But Sweet, a lot of the Bad Company covers they did, the Nazareth, a lot of the UFO covers, more Genesis, more Zeppelin. And I think, again, this is another great example of four people kind of engaged doing the same thing, but they're not really engaged, or it looks like they're connected with each other. Like if you took any one person out, it wouldn't change the feel of the scene. AC/DC, more Sabbath, more Alan Parsons, UFO, Rainbow. We get more Zeppelin, more Bad Company, more Genesis. And like even with this one, you know, when they talk about when they were trying to put this together, like they went through all of this trouble trying to get like all of these permits and, you know, all these different things just to go fly an actual balloon pig over this factory. Like instead of just taking the photo and just like drawing in a little fake pig, they had to go through all of that to actually put a balloon in the air. And it's, again, really cool documentary, definitely one worth checking out. So there you go. That's what's been on the wall this past week or the past few weeks, I should say, the Hipgnosis album covers. So as always, guys, let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.